Taiwan, a nation constantly on the front line of geopolitical tensions. The island has withstood decades of threats, blockades, and aggressive rhetoric from Beijing. But while military analysts focus on potential Chinese invasions and airspace violations, there's another war unfolding in the shadows. China's infiltration of Taiwan's military, as many reports suggest. Tonight, we investigate Beijing's covert operations, their extensive spy networks, and how Taiwan is fighting back against this silent war. Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. The Chinese Communist Party has long regarded Taiwan as a breakaway province, one that must eventually be reunified with the mainland. While military posturing and economic pressure have been their overt strategies, intelligence warfare has become an increasingly effective tool. Over the past decade, Chinese operatives have systematically infiltrated Taiwan's government, military, and defense industries, gathering sensitive information and weakening Taiwan's security from within, as reported in many newspapers. These operations, experts warn, are part of Beijing's broader strategy of cognitive warfare, using espionage, cyber attacks, and psychological manipulation to undermine Taiwan's defense capabilities without firing a single shot.
The Republic of China has already put down roots in Taiwan, Penghu, Kinmen, and Matsu, and it is not subordinate to the People's Republic of China. On this land, democracy and freedom are growing and thriving. The People's Republic of China has no right to represent Taiwan.
In recent years, Taiwan has exposed multiple espionage cases within its armed forces. The most shocking involved retired Air Force Major General Xiang Tian, arrested in 2023 for leaking classified defense plans to Chinese intelligence agencies. According to Taiwan's Ministry of Justice, Xiang had been cultivated for years by a Chinese agent disguised as a businessman. His case, however, is not an isolated one. In 2021, an army colonel was convicted for attempting to establish a spy network for Beijing, receiving payments for relaying classified intelligence. The year before, a Navy captain was caught handing over naval strategies to Chinese handlers. Taiwan's counterintelligence agencies report that dozens of former and active military officers have been targeted, many of whom were either blackmailed or financially enticed into cooperation. This is indeed a war for space, for territory, for territorial claims. This is China versus Taiwan. But how does China recruit spies inside Taiwan? Intelligence experts point to three primary methods: financial incentives, ideological persuasion, and coercion. Many Taiwanese military officials retire with modest pensions. Chinese intelligence agencies exploit this vulnerability, offering lucrative financial incentives to lure them into espionage. Others are drawn in through political ideology, believing in reunification or opposing the current government's pro-independence stance. Then there's coercion. Operatives who fall into compromising situations, often through honey traps or financial debts, and are blackmailed into becoming informants. China also deploys businessmen, journalists, and academic researchers as intelligence gatherers. These individuals establish relationships with military personnel, gain their trust before extracting information. Social media platforms, encrypted communication apps, and even dating websites have become recruitment grounds for spies operating on behalf of Beijing. Taiwan is not only fighting human intelligence threats, it's also combating an escalating cyber war. Chinese state-sponsored hacking groups routinely target Taiwan's military networks, government databases, and infrastructure. In 2022, Taiwan's defense ministry revealed that its networks faced an average of 5 million cyber attacks per day, with many originating from China. These cyber intrusions aim to steal sensitive military intelligence, disrupt government operations, and manipulate public discourse. The consequences of China's infiltration are dire. Leaked military strategies could expose Taiwan's defenses, making it vulnerable to an invasion. Internal discord within Taiwan's military could weaken its ability to respond effectively to threats. Moreover, the erosion of trust in Taiwan's institutions plays into Beijing's long-term strategy, undermining the island's resolve from within. In 2023, a leaked war simulation by Taiwan's military surfaced online, raising fears that Beijing had obtained classified information. The exposure of Taiwan's defense planning led to concerns that China could exploit weaknesses in Taiwan's preparedness. The government has since launched an extensive internal review to identify vulnerabilities and reinforce counterintelligence efforts. Taiwan is not standing still in the face of China's covert war. The government has ramped up counterintelligence efforts, increasing security screenings, vetting retired officers, and expanding cybersecurity defenses. New laws have been enacted to strengthen penalties against espionage, including lifetime prison sentences for those convicted of selling state secrets. Taiwan's National Security Bureau has also intensified its surveillance of potential informants, while collaboration with international intelligence partners, including the United States and Japan, has increased. China's infiltration tactics are not unique to Taiwan. Similar operations have been reported in the United States of America, Australia, and even European nations. Beijing's global intelligence network operates on a massive scale, targeting military officials, politicians, business leaders, and many others worldwide. In recent years, American and Australian intelligence agencies have exposed Chinese espionage attempts within their own governments, highlighting the expansive nature of Beijing's covert operations. Taiwan, however, remains the primary target, given its strategic significance to China's long-term ambitions. Taiwan stands on the front lines of a silent war, one that is fought not with missiles and warships, but with intelligence, deception, and manipulation. While the world focuses on military drills and diplomatic tensions, China's infiltration of Taiwan's military continues as an invisible but potent threat. Taiwan's response will determine not only its own security but also the future of regional stability. The battle against espionage is a test of resilience, vigilance, and national unity. And one will have to wait and see what Trump's America, is going to do this time for Taiwan. Thank you for watching Statecraft.